Very, very good afternoon to everyone. Achintya, Shania, Shaurya, Abhinav, Meghna, and I know will join soon. Very good afternoon. So, yes, we reached finally the last session of this long workshop. Yes. Where is my video gone? Yes. So, as I said, today we will close this workshop with RC, reading comprehension. So, we started with the very basic. Remember the first session when we started with the part of speech? Part of speech, tenses, then usage of all of those, and then various topics for competitive exam. Yes, Meghna, unmute. What you're saying? What do you want to say? Sorry, Meghna?
This is a March 2nd week, no, sir. We have 2 more weeks to complete our classes.
No, we started in December, and I said like we'll do around
Yes,
3 months of classes. Right. So, see, we have covered all the topics which we wanted to cover.
Yeah, sir.
Correct?
But
we,
if
we
you...
started December. Yes, we started December, mid, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
we plan, like we'll go up to March. No, so March 4. See, it's not about, see, I said approximately 3 weeks class, 3 months classes where we are going to learn this many topics. So we cover much more than that. So today is what we're going to do is what today we're going to do reading comprehension, how to handle reading comprehension. We're also going to like go through some reading comprehension, but most thing is about technique. Okay, Meghna? Moksha,
Yes,
welcome. Shania and Shaurya, both of you are there or only one of you are in the class?
No, sir, we both are there.
Perfect. Good. Okay, both are sitting together. Nice. Nice. Very nice. So let's start. What is RC? What is reading comprehension? Yes, Shania.
Sir, do you know today is my mother's birthday?
Okay, very nice. Many, many happy returns to her. Give her my wishes, okay?
Okay, sir.
And what are you planning for her?
Today we'll eat a lot of cake and go out for dinner.
Very nice. Good. Enjoy your day, okay? So, yes, Samar, welcome. So, let's start. So, we are going to start today RC. What is RC? Reading comprehension. Tell me, guys. Right from your school days till you go to college and also for competitive exam, you will also have RC. Can I always write? Or reading comprehension.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. So, everybody would have seen in your school days, anyone when you preparing for competitive exam, even when you go to college, you always have reading comprehension. In fact, in Hindi also is there, in English also there. So, talk about English reading comprehension. So, what is it? Who will explain me? What reading comprehension means?
There's a story. They give you a story, and then you have to form your answers by reading the story thoroughly.
Correct. So we are going to learn here, okay, what are important techniques or important points we can use to do reading comprehension correctly. See, it is not very easy, but it's not very difficult also if you apply few techniques. Because ideally, we should be able to do all. Suppose if a reading comprehension has 10 questions, you should be able to do all 10 correctly. Because there is nothing to mug up, there is nothing to like memorize or remember somewhere. You have to just read the comprehension and understand what it is. So let's understand how to handle, how to approach. I'm going to talk about few important points, techniques or important aspects. Obviously, as first of you said, yes, we have to read. So there are two different approaches. Okay, before we go to the more finer points, one is we call it top-down approach. One we call it bottom-up approach. When I say top-down approach means what? First, you read the paragraph, the reading comprehension paragraph, and then you see the question and try to answer. There is also another approach, bottom up, where first you read the question and then you start looking at the paragraph. Tell me, which technique you apply generally and which is better? Any ideas? Meghna, Moksha, Abhinav?
First reading the question and...
Why?
Because if we read the question first, then while we read the paragraph, we can get that I asked these questions, these answers, so that we can answer easily. It's
Okay,
no need of reading whole paragraph. And we got the
so I'll come to that. Moksha, what do you think? Which technique is better, or what are advantage and disadvantage of both the techniques? Top down and bottom up. Moksha,
Yeah.
what do you think? Which technique you apply?
Like read the paragraph first.
Reading the paragraph first. And what is the advantage?
So you know the keywords and you easily know how to answer the question.
Okay. What technique you apply, Shaurya and Shania? Do you apply some technique or no? Just leave it. We don't want to do paragraph. Is it like
No
that?
idea.
No, right?
No idea, sir.
No idea? Okay. Abhinav, Achita, everybody does some technique. So I'll tell you now. It's nothing like that which technique is better or which technique is bad. No. Both the techniques are good, but depend how you do it. Now I'll tell you one of the most common mistake people do. People think if you read the questions and then start only searching the answer for that, very bad way of doing. So Meghna, that is not the correct way. Like you read the questions first, you start searching, don't read the full paragraph, just search for that. You will never get all right, I'll tell you. Because see, at a lower level, at a very low school level, yes, you might get direct answers. But actual idea of paragraph or RC is not that. Actual idea of RC is understand the basic context, the theme of the paragraph. So if you just read the question,
I have something.
and then you glance through the, 1 second. So if you glance through and just start reading only those lines of paragraph which talks about that, no, that will never happen. So don't do that. The biggest mistake. Yes, Moksha, what you are saying?
Interference.
Means?
Means like it's the most important bits are not just said in simple words. It's
Yes.
said in
You have to read
complicated.
between the lines. You are right. You have to read between the lines. You have to get context out of it. So biggest mistake is read question and then read only those sentences which are about questions directly. If you do that, you will not able to. You have to read 2 or 3, 4 times. So the biggest defeat in reading comprehension is if you have to read paragraph 2 or 3 times, then you are losing the time, right? The biggest problem in RC is the time, right? You read the question, then you go to paragraph particular line, then again you don't, again you reach the starting, then you feel no, I don't get the idea. That's the problem. That is why the best technique is you go top down, I'll tell you both ways. When you go top down or you go bottom up, in both the ways, the basic concept is when you say read thoroughly, it's not about reading every word and know the meaning of every word. No. Read thoroughly. Why? To get clear context or idea or theme of the paragraph. Got it, guys? When I say read thoroughly, it's not that you have to read every line very slowly and understand every meaning, every word meaning. No. You have to read it fast. You try to understand what this paragraph is talking about. What is the focus of the paragraph? Because in most of the paragraphs, they ask you 2 things. Most of the paragraph. What is the suitable title of the paragraph? If this is not given. What is the conclusion? What you learn from the paragraph? What moral give you? What is author talking about? So all these 4 or 5 types of questions you can understand when you read the paragraph fast, but getting the meaning of overall paragraph, not every sentence, not every word. Do not waste time in reading every word and try to understand the meaning of every word. No. Read like that where you understand the theme of the paragraph. Got the idea? Read thoroughly, but try to get the context, try to get the theme, try to get the idea. Clear, everybody? Second, focus on keywords. As Moksha said, keywords are very important. If you are doing in a pen paper way, you can underline them. If you are doing online, write on a notepad separately keyword, because that will link to many things. Getting the idea? When you start reading the paragraph, You to start thinking about keywords. Next, you will not believe, but this is also important. Focus on your strength. Means what? See, someone's strength will be reading fast. Someone's strength will be the grammar. Someone's strength will be vocabulary. Correct? Someone's strength will be getting the context out very fast. Whichever your context is, whichever your strength is, you focus on that. Suppose, if my strength is getting the idea quickly, first I'll read the paragraph to get the idea, then I'll see the question. Someone's strength is that, okay, he or she can really pinpoint on the particular types of questions. I'll grasp the question. I'll not read the full question. I'll grasp the question. What kind of questions are there? Very fast. And then I start reading paragraph. So depending on my strength, I'll apply which technique. In any way, you cannot leave out reading the paragraph and understanding meaning. Understanding meaning is the most important thing, right? Everybody agree? We are going to do paragraph where I'll see whether how many of you apply that. Next would be 1 second. Time management. As I told you, if you're spending a lot of time on paragraph, then there's no point of doing paragraph. You will lose out somewhere because you have to be very, 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 very fast. But see, the idea is you have to read such a way that you don't have to read twice. You read once, second time you will read only the specific point based on question, not all. And how you do time management, I'll tell you. So fourth I said is time management. How you do time management? Focus on important things. And exclude unwanted info. See, paragraph will talk about a lot of things which you might not need. So no need to really go into so deep every step. So I said, don't spend time on reading every word to get the clue. Your objective is to get the theme out of it. Your objective is not to understand, and your objective is not to convert the paragraph into some kind of translation or something, okay, where you want to know every meaning of everything, right? Even if some word you're not able to understand, go on, move on. If you're not able to understand some word, the meaning of some word, go on. From the context you will be able to know. Correct? So, time management. But how? Exclude the all unwanted information. You should always note down important points. Clear? Don't assume anything. If I say next one, don't assume anything. You have to read between the lines, guys. You have to read between the lines. You know what is read between the lines? Anybody know what is the meaning of read between the lines?
See minute details.
Sometimes will not be specifically told or will not be specifically mentioned. You have to understand, get the context of reading between the lines. What is author trying to say? He or she may not say directly in the words. Implicit meaning. Try to read between the lines. That's why it requires a lot of thought process. It is not about just reading some English. No, you have to apply a lot of mind. It's not about reading text. It's not about how you can read or pronounce correctly. No, correct. It's about how much you are able to grasp it. That's what I'm saying. The most important thing is grasping. How much you're able to grasp the meaning, overall meaning. Okay. Other things are all smaller things which you all know, like don't panic. Try to note down the important points and reread if a particular area you cannot understand. Those are the minor points, but these are the major 5 points which you require to do it. Okay. Shall we do one paragraph now? I give you 2, 3, 4 minutes if you want, so that you can read, and then you can start answering the questions. I am going to pose a question.
So you will give the paragraph and the questions both.
First, I'll give paragraph only, and then I'll start giving questions. Paragraph will always be on your screen. Okay. So let me give you first paragraph now, and I want one of you to read certain areas. Let me copy from my one second. If you don't understand meaning of some word, that's fine. It's a big paragraph, so I have to maybe, let's see what it, the space is there here or not, otherwise I'll make it. One second. Where is my cursor? It will not work like this. Sorry. How to change this? Okay. It's a big paragraph, but even you spend 5 minutes, 6 minutes on this, okay. So let me make it a little more. Shall I reduce the size more, or it's okay?
No, sir, it's okay.
Reduce the size.
But so there's more sentences down.
That's why I'll put it all into one, don't worry.
Sir, this font is okay.
Yeah, so I'm not changing the size, I'm just changing the, so everything comes in the one line, okay? So you have space.
So when I saw the 2 paragraphs I thought it will be like very small and then
It's a big paragraph. So who want to read the first thing? Who want to start first reading? The first. Moksha want to read. So Moksha, just give me 1 second. I'll make everything one line. Then you can start reading. Everybody focus what it is about. So I need space for questions. This it is. So Moksha, ready to read?
Should I read to a cage?
You will read up to the cage. You are right.
Okay. A long time ago, on a big tree in the lap of the mountain, lived a bird named
Luca.
Indica. It was a rather special bird because its droppings turned into gold as soon as they touched it, as they hit the ground. One day, a hunter came to the tree in search of prey, and he saw Syndica's droppings hit the ground and turn into gold. The hunter was struck with wonder. He thought, "I have been hunting birds and small animals since I was a boy, but in all my 80 years, I have never seen such a miraculous creature." He decided that he had to catch the bird somehow. He climbed the tree and skillfully set a trap for the bird. The bird, quite unaware of the danger it was in,
Continue.
stayed on the tree and sang merrily, but it was soon caught in the hunter's trap. The hunter immediately seized it and shoved it into the cage.
Nice. Thank you. Yesterday we were talking about seeds, right? Seeds here. Now, out of all of you, tell me who will explain me the meaning of this first paragraph. Just in few words. Anyone who want to explain me the meaning of the first paragraph?
Sir, may I am sure.
Okay, please. Explain in few sentences what you understand by this.
Sir, I understand that in a long time ago there was a big tree.
No, you don't have to read. No, you don't have to read everything. No. You tell in your
Mountain.
words.
So there lived a bird named Siduka. So it was a special bird because he used to drop droppings. When he droppings comes into the ground, they used to turn to gold. One day a hunter came in search of
Sorry,
gold.
you don't have to read this again. No.
Okay, sir.
You have to tell me in 2-3
hunter
sentences
came.
your overall idea of the paragraph, the first paragraph. What is about?
Yes, sir. So the hunter came and saw Sidhuka's droppings. So he thought to catch this bird. And so he immediately gone to him as he was very skillful. So he trapped him in the cage.
Okay. Who else want to explain another poem? Achintya, Abhinav. Tell me, Abhinav. Let
Sir.
Abhinav try.
A long time ago, there was a bird called Sindhuka. It was a special bird because all the droppings of Sindhuka turned into gold as they hit the ground. One day, a hunter was hunting and he saw Sindhuka, and then Sindhuka's droppings turning into gold. He came into greed and he wanted to catch the bird. So he skillfully set a trap, and Sindhuka unknowingly fell into the trap, and the hunter caught the bird.
Correct. So if I want to summarize this paragraph, guys, this whole paragraph is about a hunter and some colder bird named Sindhuka. The whole about it. So they are explaining how the bird is so good, what she does, and what is the use, what is the main thing about the bird, and how the bird falls into trap of the hunter. That is what he's talking about, right? I wanted to tell me that, not exact word. I wanted to tell me, sir, this paragraph is about a hunter and a bird which has some special capabilities, special things, and how that bird fall into trap of hunter. Correct? That's what he's talking about. Now,
Yes, sir.
so who will? Samath will read the next line up to here. Up to here. Samath will read this quickly.
Okay, sir. The hunter took the bird home joyfully, but as he had a hard time to think over his good fortune later, he suddenly realized if the king comes to know of this wonder, he will currently take away the bird from me, and he might even push me for keeping
Punish
such.
me.
What, sir?
He will even punish me, not push.
He will even punish me for keeping such a rare treasure all to myself. So it would be safer and more honorable if I were to go to king and present the unique bird to him the next day. The hunter took the bird to the king and presented it to him in court with great reference.
Thank you. Thank you. So I want any one of you to explain me. Don't read any of the words. Tell me 2 or 3 sentences. What does it mean? Who will tell me?
Sir, can I try?
Yes.
Yes, sir. The hunter was going to, but later he thought that if he will give the bird to the king, he will keep all the treasure from himself. That's why next day he leisurely, safely, honorably, he went to the king and presented the unique bird to him.
Okay. Very nice. I want Achintya also to explain what he want to say, and then Moksha also. Yes, Achintya. Yes, Achintya. What do you want to say?
So he was taking the bird joyfully. Then he thought, so the king might take it away from him because it's a rare bird. Then he goes and presents it to the kingdom, and then this way.
Okay. Good. Moksha, you want to explain something?
Sure.
Yes, please.
The hunter took the bird to himself, and later on, he wanted to show the king, so he wanted to keep the treasure, the bird to himself. So
Right. Perfect. So now we'll read the last part of paragraph. Who want to read?
So can I?
Yes.
Sir, may I read? I'm Shania.
1 second. So first, okay, no. 1 minute. Let me complete the paragraph because some word is missed. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. So first Achintya will read and then Shania will read after that. Okay. So I have to complete it because I think their words are there, but 1 second, because looks like some words are not there yet. Still. One second, let me. Last sentence is missed.
Sir, is it defect?
No, defecated. But I'm not able to paste. Why? There is some problem. Why I'm not able to paste here? Why I'm not able to? I'm surprised. Let me put another text and I'll change that word. 1 second. If I reduce the font size, it will be very bad. So it is defecated. Okay. So I'll put it in the next line. It is defecated. No, I'm not going to explain this. Defecated. Oh, maybe, you know what? I think this Zoom has a limit of the number of words in a one box. That's why. So what should I do? I have to put defecated here. This is not allowing. What I can do is I can put this all into next line. Okay.
Sir, this is like question.
Question will come later. This is still reading the paragraph. So now it's complete because what I've done is I have, because Zoom has a problem of like you cannot put number of characters in a paragraph is in a box is limited. Perfect. So now Achintya will read. Achintya will read from where we have done up to. We have to read from here.
Reverend.
Correct. Achintya, read this. We read up to reverence, right? No, from here you have to read next. Achintya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Please read from this.
The king was delighted to receive such an unusual and rare gift. He told his courtiers to keep the bird safe and feed it with the best bird food available. The king's prime minister, though, was reluctant to accept the bird. He said, "O Raja, how can you believe the word of a foolish hunter?
Accept this bird.
Accept this bird."
Okay. You want to read further?
Okay, yes.
Because this is the continuation, yes.
Has anyone in our kingdom ever seen a bird dropping gold? The hunter must be either crazy or telling lies. I think it's best that you release the bird from the cage. After a little thought, the king felt that his prime minister's words were correct. So he ordered the bird to be released. But as soon as the door of the cage was thrown open, the bird flew out, perched itself on a nearby doorway, and defecated. To everyone's surprise, the dropping immediately turned into gold. The king mourned his loss.
Good. So now who want to summarize just in 2 or 3 or 5 sentences about this whole story? Not every
So
word. Yes.
can I?
Yes.
So he goes and gives the bird to the king, and then the prime minister. What is it? Minister? Okay.
The minister.
The prime minister
Yeah. Yes.
he resists and says that he's either
Why you're
crazy or
believing him?
telling lies.
Yes.
Yeah. Then the king starts to believe him, and then he releases the bird, and as soon as it goes out, it what do you say? It discharges the feces.
Yes.
It discharges the feces, and then the droppings turn into gold, and the king mourns his loss.
Correct. So everybody understood it, because now I want to make the paragraph in a small font and I want to put question. If everybody understood the meaning, or anyone has a difficulty understanding the overall meaning of the paragraph? Tell me, everybody is good?
Yes.
Perfect. No, I'm just making it small so that I have space for putting into questions. So now I'll put the first question. Everybody will read through and tell me the answers. So this is a paragraph still is there. You can still read in your whiteboard. Let me put the first question. There will be many questions on this. Many questions. Maybe 10 questions or so. First question. And I'm going to give you options also. Okay. And everybody will just write option A, B, C, D because it's big. So I don't want you to write full. Which of the following is possible the most appropriate title for the story? Everybody think about it and write in the answer in the chat A, B, C or D. Which of the following is most appropriate title if you want to put? And obviously you have to put the reason also. So Shania, you said D. Explain why. Shania.
Yes, sir.
You are saying the title, your title is The Bird with the Gold Dropping. Explain why.
Yes, sir.
Give me the reason why this is the most appropriate title.
Yes, sir. Sir, this is the bird with the gold dropping because they are telling about the bird which used to which when he used to drop it would turn to gold. So that's why I named it
Okay.
the bird
Okay.
with the gold dropping.
Meghna, 1 second, Abhinav. So, Meghna, why,
Yes,
again, I'm just asking guys, this is how to debate. So, Meghna, why the title cannot be A, the skilled hunter? Tell me the reasons. Why cannot be title be the first one?
Because skilled hunter, he has an talent. Because of skill, he has done whatever. He had catched the bird, but this was not about the skill hunter, no sir.
Yeah. So, the point is, guys, yes, skilled hunter was
The
there.
point,
The story is not about, story is not focusing at all on hunter. He was a part of the starting, but the whole theme, center of the theme is what?
from the point, from the
Gold
starting
dropping bird,
story
right?
to last story, the bird is present, not the skill hunter, right?
So the story is about the bird, right? How hunter has done, how prime minister, how king, how. But tell me, Abhinav, what you want to say? Why it has to be D?
Sir, because the B1 can't be it because there's no mention of the Prime Minister.
It's
And the
mentioned, but
C1
very small, right? Once only, right?
yes, sir.
It's a side character. It's not a main character, right?
Yes, sir. And
Okay.
there was no war, so the king can't be defeated.
But don't you think that because king had lost the opportunity, so king's defeat happened, right? Or no?
No, sir.
Okay, Moksha. Suppose if I remove this two, then out of the A, C, A, D, and E, why you chose D? Why A and E cannot be?
I chose D because it's mainly about the bird with the gold dropping.
Correct. So it's not about hunter, though hunter is the major part in the starting.
No.
This is correct. The trials and tribulations of foolish birds, Dukano. It is not about bird was not foolish. It's not about whether it's about what birds can do and this particular bird can do. What are her important you can say features and how hunter has looked at it, how king has looked at it. So the whole theme, center of attraction is the bird, right?
Yes.
This is a very easy one, everyone. Thank you, Moksha. Thank you, everyone. This is a very easy one, right? The first one. So let's do the second one. This is very easy. No, we'll make it more difficult. So right answer is D. It's all about the bird with golden dropping. Now this is a difficult one. Now let's see how many of you can really, if you understood the theme of the paragraph, then only you can answer. Which of the following emotions made the hunter give the word to the king? No, this is not directly mentioned. You have to read between the lines. Tell me, everybody. Think about it. Write your answer on the chat. You can write the word also on the ABCD. Which of the following emotions made the hunter give the word? No, if you require, you can also read the paragraph, the particular part. Otherwise, if you know, you would have read carefully. Write on the chat. Write on the chat, please.
Sir, what is the meaning of AWE?
Awe. Who will explain me the meaning of awe? AWE? Any one of you? It's a very interesting word. Very easy word. Tell me who will explain? Abhinav, Achintya, Moksha. AWE, awe means what? Unmute and explain whoever want to. Nobody knows awe means? Awe means kind of a surprise. When you're surprised with something, oh, when your mouth keeps being open on it, right? Awe means you're like, you saw something very wonderful thing and you are awed. AWE. So awe means you got some surprise thing, some wonderful thing, right?
Yeah, it doesn't mean like wonder.
Wonder. Okay.
Wonder.
So tell me now, everybody write your answer. Meghna says fear. Abhinav says fear. Meghna, you explain me why fear.
Sir, because we can use here elimination option.
Okay.
Because with respect, if we want to give the bird to him, so after hunting the bird, he may be thought that I will give this with respect. He wanted to the king,
If
but
respect, he could have done the first thing itself, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, let's see.
But he
What
thought that if I wasn't given the bird to him, he will punish me. Because of that point, he wanted to give the bird to the king. So
Very good, Meghna.
here,
Samarth, everybody has the same reason. Moksha, do you agree? Shania, Shaurya, do you agree?
Yes.
So guys, you can use elimination.
Yes, sir.
The only difference was, see, I'll tell you the biggest, we have to use elimination. We know that it cannot be joy. It cannot be pride. You don't mention. It cannot be awe. The paragraph talks about, because he initially saw, if you read the word in the few lines, it says, it was soon called, hunter made saved it, showed you to Kate. The hunter took the bird joyfully. He took the bird joyfully. But he had a time to think over his good fortune. He suddenly realized, if the king comes to know his wonder, he will certainly take away the bird from me. So obviously, these two are most appropriate, but he didn't got the feeling of respect. He got the feeling of fear, right? The king will punish. So you are right. The correct answer is fear. Easy, everyone? Now, this is again little difficult. No, I have to paste it in a multiple parts. First, once I paste fully, then you will tell me. Question is, which of the following is true according to story? Now you have to read, when we say which of the following is true, you have to read all of them. Correct? So read all of them if you want, and then tell me what can be the answer. Which of the following is true according to story? Bird like Sindhukas were very common in the area. Sindhuka remained caged for the rest of its life. Sindhuka was unaware of the trap laid by the hunter. The king, when told to not accept the word, did not listen to his prime minister. Or all are true. Samarth says B. Meghna says C. Moksha says C. So everybody is saying C. So Moksha, why it cannot be B? Why it cannot be A? Sorry, Moksha. Why it cannot be the first one? Tell me.
Yeah, because in the first no, in the second sentence in the text it says that it's rather very special.
Very good, guys. You have to answer like that, the way Moksha explained. It's clearly mentioned in the second sentence. It was a rather special bird. It's not. It's very opposite of that. So
Yeah.
is Sindhuka very common? No, it's a special, very rare bird, right? That's why A cannot happen. Thank you. Next, Shaurya. B. Can B be the answer? If yes, okay. No, then why? Shaurya. Sindhuka remained caged for rest of its life. Shaurya, quickly. Samarth, tell me. Samarth, unmute. Tell
Yes.
me, B can be answer or not?
Sir, it can't be the answer because because in the last second last paragraph or I think last paragraph he tell that he thought he will be freed because it's a rare word, that's why.
No, you are right, but it's not maybe freed. See, it says the bird flew out. So means bird has gone, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's clearly said bird has gone.
Yes, sir. That's why it can't be in
That's
the
why
cage.
it cannot be cage of life. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, Meghna, why it can be the C? You are saying C, most of you are saying C. Why, Meghna? From where you get this?
So it's unaware of a trap laid by the hunter, because in the mid second of the para we can see that
Correct?
yes, sir.
It's
There.
very clearly mentioned bird was unaware of the trap. So C can be correct. But still I'll do all of them. Abhinav, why it cannot be D? It's very interesting because it was mentioned there that your Prime Minister was saying against it, right?
Yes, sir.
So why D cannot be answered then?
Because so just 1 minute.
Yes, please.
Can I explain?
Let Abhinav try, otherwise Moksha will explain. Okay. You want to explain, Moksha?
Yeah.
Explain.
D cannot be true because at the end of it says the king mourned his loss, so it means that he listened to the prime minister and let go of the bird.
See, the king, when told not to accept the bird, did not listen to his prime minister. So, see, again, prime minister was not really saying that. Prime minister was not saying that. Okay, don't accept. Prime minister saying, how can you believe that? Prime minister was saying, why are you believing that person? Correct. The king's prime minister though was reluctant to accept the bird. He said, "Oh Raja, how can you believe?" He never said don't accept it directly. He said how you are believing it. Correct. So we can't assume he said don't not to accept the bird, right? And also, Moksha said, finally we cannot say that king has not accepted the prime or did not listen to prime minister because finally he set the bird free, right? So finally he had listened to his advice, correct? So you can't say he didn't listen. So in both the ways, you can know that okay, D cannot be. And everybody knows E cannot be because you already found out all of them cannot be true because so many are wrong. So right answer is C. Is not an easy one or difficult one? Meghna saying E can be eliminated as one of them is not true, correct? Got everybody?
E. Yeah.
Is was easy or difficult? This was
Easy.
easy. Okay.
Sir, it was easy.
It was easy. Okay, no, this is the difficult one. Really difficult one. You can read the paragraph if you want. If you can read it as many times as you want. Why was the king's prime minister reluctant to accept the bird? Everybody know the meaning of reluctant, right? Everyone know the meaning of reluctant, correct?
No, sir.
Reluctant means don't agree, but hesitating.
Okay.
Why was the king's prime minister reluctant to accept the bird? Because he believed that the bird would die if caged. He knew about the hunter's habit of lying. He believed that the bird would bring bad luck to the king. His sources informed that the hunter was crazy. None of this. Meghna says E, none of this. Okay. Samarth says A. Okay. So let's start with Samarth. Samarth, explain me your reasoning, whether right or wrong. I will say later why it can be A. Why it can be. It's a difficult one, guys.
Yeah, sir. It's a little difficult one, sir, because I think I use the elimination method. So we will see the none of these afterwards. He note about the hunter's habit of lying. Sir, he was not lying according to the story.
Okay, so use the elimination method. But suppose if you eliminate, he believed that the bird would die if caged. Where is mentioned? In any direct or indirect mention, there is a paragraph where it mentioned that bird would die if caged, or it's your assumption? Think about guys. Is it just an assumption or it's anything mentioned directly or indirectly?
Like it can die if not properly handled.
So that is an assumption, right? Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Anybody can come in and tell me, guys, anywhere in the paragraph, even directly or indirectly, is mentioned somewhere that bird will die if killed? No, right? It is our assumption because the natural thought comes, oh, if the cage will die, but we cannot. I told you, remember my techniques I told you?
Yes, sir.
We do not have to assume. So that is why It cannot be the first one. We can't assume. So first one is gone. Okay. Meghna. Let's talk about Meghna. Meghna is saying B. Let's see. So I am removing the first one. Meghna, please explain reason for B.
So it was clearly mentioned in the last paragraph that hunter must be either crazy or telling lies.
Who is saying that?
It was said by Prime Minister, sir.
Okay. He know about hunter's habit of lying.
Yes, sir.
So read it again. This is definitely very difficult. Read again the last paragraph, Meghna, please.
Has anyone ever seen a bird dropping gold? The hunter must be either crazy or telling lies.
What it
I
means?
think-
The hunter must be either crazy
Or
or
telling
telling lies.
lies.
Do you think Prime Minister was sure?
He was not sure, sir.
He was not sure. He also was saying either it will be crazy or telling lies. I mean, he doesn't know, right?
Yes, sir.
How can we say he know about hunter's habit of lying? Agree, everybody? See, this is the analysis part. Meghna, agree now?
Yes, sir.
He know about hunter's habit of lying because he says if a hunter would have said the hunter is telling lie because I know from my sources, then it's okay. But I am just assuming it, right?
Yes, sir.
So guys, B cannot be. Everybody agree? B cannot be. Shaurya, Sania, you said B. What is the reason?
Sir, we said B because they thought that the hunter would always lie. So they thought
But why?
he would
This is
lie
your
this
assumption.
time
Na?
also.
You don't like hunters, I know, but you can't assume like that, right? Right? So we cannot assume. Yes, hunter. How will say hunter always lies? That is wrong, right? So guys, we cannot assume. Everybody agree? B is gone. Now tell me, who will explain me why it is C or why it cannot be C? Achintya, Abhinav, any one of you. He believed that the bird will bring bad luck to the king.
It's none of these.
No, I am telling about C. If C can be correct or not.
No,
Why?
because it doesn't say anywhere in the paragraph that
He's only saying that why you're believing that bird will drop the golden bird will give you gold droppings, right? It was not mentioned anything else. See, just like out of you are thinking something else. There's nothing else. There's nothing mentioned about bad luck or good luck the bird will bring. Now, who will explain me D? Moksha, can you explain D if you want? Whether D can be answered or not?
D cannot be because it still doesn't say where in the paragraph.
It says the hunter must be either crazy or telling lies. Even if suppose it says hunter is crazy, but it doesn't say that source informed him, right?
Yeah.
This word, this is wrong. Where it is mentioned is source informed him, right?
Yeah.
It may be his own thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm.
If in the paragraph it was written that Prime Minister said my sources told me, then you are right. But here, this information is not at all mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Whether was crazy or not, that is the assumption from Prime Minister. So that is why this also cannot be done. So guys, the right answer is obviously none of this. So guys, this question gives you a lot of thought that you cannot assume just like that. Even if you get the sentence like the hunter must be either crazy or telling lies, you have to read a lot and understand the meaning. Okay, everybody? Clear, everybody? The answer has to be E. None of this because none of them the statements are true. Next. This is very easy. Fast. This everybody has to do fast. How did the hunter find Sindhuka? I know everybody will do this. How did hunter find Sindhuka? He read story about the bird and he followed the bird's droppings. He was on the lookout for prey when he charged upon it. People from the city has informed him. He was attacked. He was attracted by the bird calls. Meghna says C and D are also assumptions. B. He followed the bird's droppings. Okay. Yeah, this is difficult one. How did hunter find Sindhuka? Think over it and tell me. Samarth says C. He was on the lookout to prey and charge the opponent. Okay. Moksha says C. Samarth explain why it's C. Why it can be other or why it's C. Samarth.
Sir, in the first paragraph, it's clearly written that a hunter came to a tree in search of a prey. So that it means that he came to look out a prey when he changed upon it. Like then he saw the Sindhuka.
Very nice. Moksha, what was your reasoning behind it? C is correct, Moksha. C is correct, Samarth. Explain me, Moksha, why you thought C.
Yeah, because he didn't know that the bird was there because he was just
Exactly. That's the
one.
point, guys. You are right, Moksha. You are right, Samarth. Guys, he said a hunter came to the tree in search of a prey. He doesn't know any bird is there, Sindhuka, who does gold dropping. He doesn't know. By chance, because it just say he came for search of prey and he saw something. So obviously, here did story about this? No, nothing mentioned. He followed bird dropping? No. That is later once he saw that he wanted to catch her. But he was not knowing. He was on the lookout for prey, correct? And charged her. By luck or by chance he got it. People of the city informed, there is nothing about people who are mentioning about it. He was attracted by birds calls. He may have or not. There is nothing written about his attraction or his liking or not liking about the bird calls, right? Birds calls. Very good, Moksha and Samarth. Guys, it was not as difficult, but yes, you cannot do direct unless you get the theme of the paragraph. Agree, everyone? Meghna, agree? It has to be C, nothing else. Achintya,
Yes,
Abhinav,
sir.
any question? Now, next set of questions for the same paragraph will be about antonym and synonym. Everybody know what are antonyms and synonyms, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, opposite words, right?
Synonym is same, antonyms is
Opposite.
opposite. First, let's do this one. Very easy, very fast. I'll give you 30 seconds maximum for each question. You have to select synonyms, most similar meaning of the, but you have to understand the paragraph context. You cannot just. So rather means what in this case? Regular, quiet, instead, but or known. In this paragraph, what the meaning of rather? You can reread if you want. Right, everybody. What is the meaning of rather in this paragraph's context? Rather means regular, quiet. You know where was the rather? In the starting. Everybody found the word rather or not?
Didn't found, sir.
First line, it was a rather special bird. Found now? First line, it was a rather special bird because Meghna says quiet. So tell me why Meghna is quiet. Explain Meghna to everyone. And you are right.
Sir, in this para, it was a rather special. Rather special means it's
Quite
a
a
regular
special. Yeah, it's a very special, quite
means
special.
elimination method here, sir. It's a regular special. It was not a regular.
It was not a regular. It was not an instead also, right?
Instead also,
It
it
is the
was
elimination
not,
method. So that is gone.
yes, sir. It was not a, but special. We are not
But
talking about that. So, but
correct.
special will not be. It's a non-special. We doesn't know about that special. So, it was not
Quite
non-special.
special. When it's a quite
Quite
special, very special. Like so, we are putting more focus on special to rather special. Correct, everybody? Right answer is be quiet. Very good. Next. Again, you know, the meanings of words can be different, but in this context, it is different. That's the point. So we have to tell about release. What is the context? What is the meaning of release? From the context of paragraph, not natural. Because free, vacate, vent, let expire, make public, all are different meaning of release in different context. You have to think about here. Release means free here or vacate here, vent here, let expire here or make public. Shania, what do you think? You know where is the release word? In the last, I'll tell you where is the release word. Got the release word, everybody? So he ordered the bird to be released. Meghna says free, Moksha says free. Let everybody try. Then Moksha will explain. Achintya, Abhinav, where are your answers? Okay, Achintya, get free. Moksha, explain to everyone quickly.
It is free because it come because
Because the bird was hunted and it was
yeah,
like captured or whatever. So it was in and it's a prison, but it was not free, right? So when it's
yes,
released, you are setting it free, correct?
yes,
Vacate cannot use because vacate is true, like something is occupied and you're trying to vacate the place. Vent is like you're venting out your emotions, your anger, right? Let expire again is kind of some expiry date or expiry. Make public, okay, some statement, something, some information, make it public. Here it's all are totally irrelevant to the particular cause. So you are right, free is the right. This is the way you have to think. Release the bird to be released. You are setting the bird free. Good Moksha, and everyone. Next. Next is again. Okay, this is little difficult one because the word is difficult, but from the context you can get it. What is the meaning of reverence? You would have seen the word reverence, right? What reverence means here? You know where was the word reverence?
No, sir.
Array.
present it to him in court with
When he was presenting it to the king, right?
With the great reverence.
Yes. Let me highlight it. Where it is.
What is the meaning of astonished?
Astonished.
Yes, sir.
Where it is.
Sir, like C option?
Astonishment.
Yes, sir.
Astonishment is what, guy? Sudden surprise. You are shocked or you are surprised. Astonished. Okay.
Okay. And sir, remembrance, like to remember.
Remembrance is correct.
Okay, sir.
Everybody find the word reverence or not? Let me highlight it. So tell me now. Here reverence means respect, detail, astonishment, hope or remembrance. Samar says D. One other says, Meghna says C. Meghna is saying C here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Others, please. Which is more similar in the meaning to the word reverence. So you have to always think what the next day the hunter took the bird to the king and presented to him in a court with great what? With great detail, no, right? So detail cannot come. Would you agree detail cannot come? Astonishment will not come. He was not astonished when presenting, right? Astonished like when he first saw. So he was not presenting it with astonishment. Astonishment is a sudden moment where you got surprised or shocked. So astonishment cannot be there. Great remembrance, no. Remembrance is totally out of context because he was presenting with either respect or hope. No, tell me why it can be respect or why it can be hope. Samar says hope, Moksha says respect. Others, please come in. Achintya, Abhinav, what do you think? Abhinav, where are you? You're not answering.
Sir, I think it's respect.
With respect. Why?
With great reverence, it can't be with great hope. And
Okay.
And reverence means respect.
Okay. But yeah, in the context of this, Abhinav, what do you think? Abhinav is not there. Shania, Shaurya, who will explain?
Yes, sir. I think hope. Reverence means hope because he came with a reverence of thinking that king will give me some reward. So I think reverence means hope.
Okay. But in this context, guys, the right answer is respect, because if the king comes to know of his wonder, he will certainly take away the bird from me and might even punish you, give such a rate as myself. So it would be safer for me and more honorable if I were to go to the king and present a unique bird to him. So you are parenting with respect. Okay? Because he is not thinking about he'll get a gift, because he was so fearful, right? That's why he was not thinking about whether he will get something. He was frightened. So he is parenting with the king with a lot of respect. Okay, everybody? This is how reverence. Now, last two questions we'll do, which are the antonyms.
Okay, sir.
I'm putting both together. First, you do the let's try. Where is that? Okay. So please try this. See, we have analyzed this at your length. How to do this? You have to select here the 10th one. I'll do later. First, you do the question number 9. What is the meaning of reluctant? And you have to do the opposite of that. You have seen reluctant already. I explained you reluctant earlier, right? You tell me what can be the word opposite to reluctant in this context. Is it true? Is it clever? Is it ever? Hesitant or keen?
Sir, can you tell that, like, what is the meaning of reluctant again?
Reluctant hesitant बताया था ना मैंने कि you are trying to avoid something, you are not very open to it, you are avoiding something, you are hesitant something.
So that means resilient, right?
Reluctant means that hesitant. Okay. Reluctant was here, you saw that, right? I just circled the left side. So tell me, everybody. Moksha says E, keen. Samar says D, hesitant. Achintya says E. Guys, some of you are forgetting that this we have to find out the antonyms.
Telling about D of 10th one.
I am telling about this.
Okay.
Why you do 10th? I don't start at 10th at all, right? Guys, we have to do moksha. Moksha is done, right? Meghna, we are not doing synonyms, opposite meaning, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what can be the answer for 9th, guys? What is the opposite of reluctant?
Keen.
Keen, right? So it cannot be true. It has to be keen. Reluctant opposite meaning is keen. Reluctant, you are not opening up, you are hesitant. Keen, you are more towards it, you want to give it, you want to do it. Keen. So keen is the right answer. Correct, everyone? And now the 10th one. Tell me, skillfully means what? And we have to do the opposite of that. Skillfully, angrily, haphazardly, highly, cheaply, deftly. I'll give meaning of all of that. If you first few minutes for you, tell me, what do you think skillfully means? Achintya says be haphazardly. Okay.
So then also can you tell the meaning of like haphazardly and
I'll explain you. So angrily, everybody know angrily, right? Haphazardly means not in a planned way, unplanned, very haphazard, very random order. Highly, everybody knows. Cheaply, everybody knows. Deftly. Deftly means foolishly, like very with less mind, with less skills. Deftly. So what you will say now here? Is it angrily? Is it haphazardly? Is it highly? Is it cheaply? Is it deftly? Cynthia, what do you say?
This one is a little bit hard.
Not hard. When I explain the meaning of all the 5 words, then it's not hard at all. What is skillfully means? With lot of skills, right?
Yes, sir.
The opposite will be with very less skills. With very less skills or no skills. So angrily doesn't about skill. Angry is about emotion, right? Angry cannot come. Cheaply, no. It's not about cheap or costly or right or dearly. No. Highly, highly totally out of context because highly, lowly or no. Normally, no. Now it's about B or E. Haphazardly or deftly. Haphazardly means not in a planned way, not in an organized way, very random. Deftly means in a very foolish way, in a way, not in a skillful way. Which can be the answer now? Tell me. Obviously, the answer has to be deftly, right? Because haphazard will come when it is if it is like if the question was planned way, then answer has to be haphazardly, correct?
Sir, but definitely means in a skillful and quick
Unskillful.
movement.
Sorry.
Nothing, sir.
So deftly means unskillful, not in a skillful way. Okay. So that should be the answer. Got everybody? Now tell me what questions you have. That is how you do your. So what all you learned from this? It's not about doing RC, but about how to do the RC. Tell me quickly before we close it. Tell me what you learned when you do this RC. What are the important things you learned? Someone tell me 1 or 2 points. Make that 1 or 2 points.
Sir, to read properly.
To read properly. Properly means here.
Like sir, we have to we have to
You have to understand the meaning, context.
Yes, sir. We have to understand
Right.
we have to understand the paragraph clearly.
Good. Meghna, what do you learn from this? It was an average level paragraph, not very difficult, but not very easy also, right? What techniques we should follow, Meghna?
So we should not assume.
The
Was not
biggest thing we
given.
should assume, unless it's directly or indirectly indicated, we cannot assume. Very good. What was the learning, Moksha, from this RC?
I learned that you should read the questions properly because sometimes it might say opposite, sometimes it say
Yes,
synonym.
yes, that's possible. Achintya, what's the learning? How will you approach RC?
Read between the lines.
Read between the lines. The more important thing. Read between the lines because there were some areas where you to understand what author is trying to say. Very good, Achintya. Shania and then Shaurya. Tell me,
Yes.
Shania and Shaurya, what did you learn? How will you approach? How will you apply RC techniques?
I'm sorry, sir, we can't hear you. Can you repeat your
I am
question?
saying, what did you learn? How will you apply? How will you do RC in future? What are the important points? Shaurya, Shania, quickly before we close. Moksha, you want to say something more? Your hand is raised.
Can you give us some questions that you
Yes.
gave yesterday?
So I'll send you some more assignment, big assignments, which consist of few topics. Slowly, okay? Definitely. Okay.
No, like the questions at the end of the session that you said yesterday.
So yesterday I sent that one-word substitution, right? Have you
Yeah.
sent that? I sent you
No.
200 one-word substitution. That's what I'm talking about, right? So have you sent that those 201? You can do all those substitution. I not from the question way, but I send you the actual one-word substitution, which you can go through.
Okay.
But I am also going to give some more assignment where the question will be there based on RC plus some other topics. Okay? For everyone.
Okay.
Yes. So anybody want to say anything before we close? Overall, how was the workshop, guys? Did you enjoy it?
Nice.
Did you learn something?
Very nice.
We started from very basics and then we went deep, and more variety of topics.
So
Anybody want to
can
say?
you
Yes.
hear us now?
Yes, Tanya, say it please.
Yes, sir. So the workshop was very nice.
Nice, thank you.
You were telling that you'll open the science too.
Yeah, I'm very busy nowadays. You know, my schedule is too tight. But I'll open science slowly soon. But I don't know whether in April or May. But definitely. See, there are a lot of things are planned up. I'll tell you what are things are planned up. Chess class is planned up. Science class is planned up. Some summer Vedic Maths summer workshop is planned up. All is in April, May, June. In April, May, June, we are going to do a lot of things. Yes.
We have free also that time, sir, because at that time.
So one thing, first thing you're going to study chess classes, like where you're going to learn the tactics, you're going to learn how to play chess, you're going to learn how to attack, how to defend, how different openings. You know how many openings are there in chess?
Yes,
There are
sir.
hundreds of openings.
Yes, sir, there are like more than 1,500.
And you I don't know how many know the names of the opening in chess. King's Indian, King's Pawn, Queen's Pawn.
Keys
It
opening,
is also
eyes
Louis
opening,
Lopez, Spanish, it is
birds
Berlin,
opening.
it is Vienna. All different countries, all people have their own openings. Very strong openings. So chess class is about that. You go to do chess classes. I'll send you the floater, but I earlier sent one very small poster about it. So we are going to start in this April, May, June. Chess classes, science classes, and also some workshop. Okay.
Sir, if you start science, tell me. Yeah.
What?
Sir, if you like start the science, science, then tell me because I love science. You know.
Okay, we'll do that.
What?
So that's all. Yeah. So science also will do it. All these workshops, we will do a lot of workshops in April, May, June time. Okay.
Sir, then will you open the Hindi also?
No Hindi, no Hindi, no.
Why,
No time for Hindi, right? You're still. Okay, tell me what other workshops you need. Moksha, Shania, Meghna, what kind of workshop? I'll plan based on the needs, how people want.
Physics, sir, like physics, chemistry, biology, all three.
That will be in science. Yes. Moksha, you want to say something?
No. Actually.
Moksha, you were saying something. Sorry, I missed.
No, nothing.
Okay. Meghna?
Sir, computer?
Computers, what to learn? Computer is easy. Yes. Yes, Meghna, you say something. You want to say something before we close?
So strategy to prepare polity history.
Oh, that is huge. Like all this GK, current affairs, politics, like better is you read everyday current affairs, you subscribe to some
Yes,
newsletter.
everyday current affairs is another point, but Indian polity history was another point, no, sir.
Best is NCERT books. The best
Yeah,
source is NCERT books. Read every line of NCERT books, you will, because everything will come from only NCERT. But it is difficult to remember that. Okay, Meghna?
Yes.
It's all about NCERT. Shania, Shaurya, sorry.
Nothing, sir.
So Shania and Shaurya saying maths, English, C7, CSAT. C7, C8 we done earlier, so I may not do again. See, there are a lot of people asking
Besides
different
maths and English.
C7?
Maths and English. Yes, sir, Shamar.
Sir, what is C7?
Class 7, class 8. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, guys. That's all for today. See you next session in the next
Bye, sir.
workshop. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye.